Hello traders, welcome to this channel. I've been for a long time sharing a lot of trades in real and live in Spanish channel, and they received a lot of emails from the English followers asking about uploading the contents also in English. Whenever I think about it, I want just to take a lot of time to do something very special and also something well done. But sometimes you never have enough time to do something perfect. So I just decided to jump in the swimming pool and to do something and to begin to share. I hope that is going to bring you some insights about the order flow and also to give you some value for your tradings. And bear with me. Maybe in the future I'm going to upload high value materials, but step by step. At this level, for example, today I'm sharing a couple of trades I took in SP 500. As you can see over here, I'm first using the charts of OFA and also order flow plus of Ninja Trader. The SP 500 was a little bit erratic this evening, since it's the last day of the week, and also it was in a range, you can see also in the chart. But waiting for a couple of hours before we decided that maybe before the closing session, we're going for a couple of trades, the contrarian trades. We're looking for long trades, buying. We took the first trade here for a couple of absorption, and as you can see here, the trade is not showing some strength in upwards, so just we decided to close it in break even plus a couple of ticks. Again, the price goes down, breaks some level, it goes for a trap, and it absorbs some liquidity over here and pushing up. Again, we say that the price, whenever it is downside, there is now liquidity. So just we went again for another long trade over here. But again, we figured out after this bullet that you can see over here in green, it's a big trade from the buying side, which means that there is a high chance that there is some selling of the order limits, and maybe the price is going to jump again downside and pull back. So we just decided to close the trade, even if the trade wins for a couple of ticks ahead. Okay, then again the price returns back. Whenever it breaks the previous level, we saw that there is no liquidity to continue downside. So whenever we saw some buyers coming in the sides from this in this candle, and also we saw it in the DOM in the left side. So just we get in an aggressive entry over here for a couple. The good thing about this is that we went for an aggressive entry with a very small stop loss, a couple of ticks, 4 ticks. We covered the trade with the first target for 5-6 ticks over here, and once we covered the trades, if we compare to the previous, we didn't get a chance to cover the trade. Then now we can hold the trade and wait for the price to show the strength of the buyers, if there is some. If not, we don't care if the stop loss was triggered or not. We just wait. But whenever the price returns back, pulls back, there is no liquidity. These short, small screens that you see here in magenta color means that there is no liquidity. There is exhaustion over there. So we just hold on the trade, and then after it wins for a couple of ticks, it wins till 38 ticks, 37 ticks. Then whenever we saw that the price is pulling back again, and here there's a small zone for the supply zone, so just we decided to close the trade over here in 31 ticks plus 5 ticks. So it's a good trade. It's a nice trade because the price keep going high and down in a range. So it's a good trade to do. Okay, then after the price holds on for a while in this zone before continuing upwards, but also it's just a way to manage your risk. You know, you can hold the trade. We made, as you can see here in the trade performance, 54 ticks, and the most important in these trades, as you can see, that just we have to be very flexible. We read the information correctly. We went for an upwards trade. It's okay. At the beginning, our reading of the DOM and also the reading of the footprint was correct. but then there is no liquidity. So why are we going to wait for the price to go higher if the price is telling us there is no liquidity? Just we decided to close the trade. It's very, very important. Whenever you feel that the price has no liquidity to continue going higher, just close the trade and you save money for yourself and go for another trade whenever it shows up. Okay, and again here the same thing happened. Maybe here you can see that we made a small mistake. We can hold the trade maybe, but we have correct information that there is some very good liquidity coming from the selling side from our limits in this big trade. So just we decided to close the trade and to wait for the price to show itself and to go for another one. Sometimes the price has this particularity that sometimes it shows you some strength from the one side, then again there is no continuation. If there's no continuation, we do prefer to close the trade and to wait for another trade to show up. And here the scenario is totally different because we've covered the trade itself. We have a few ticks covering the trade. Then again, whenever we see here that there is a lack of liquidity, and also from the first time we saw that there is a lack of liquidity, so we wait for the price to show itself over here. We're using also, I can show you that we're using another kind of chart. I can share you over here. Just wait, hold on, please. As you can see here in a 5-minute chart, a normal chart, a candlestick chart, since 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. European time zone, we saw here that there is a kind of ranging. Okay, 3 hours of ranging. The price was ranging. That's we took the trades over here, as you can see here. Okay, then after we just closed the trades over here. The price pulls back again and went for higher. Maybe you can meet a very nice trade if you hold the trade. But as you can see here, it went for a pullback of 20 ticks. Is it worth a while to wait for a price? And especially knowing that the context of the price was in a range, it's not worth it at all in our strategies. Okay, as you can see here, I can also show you that in Order Flow Plus NinjaTrader, it shows some very good information also. I'm going to pause and go to another chart. Here in Order Flow Plus of NinjaTrader, which is, by the way, one of the best tools also out there. Even if in OFA we have some few details, some few information, but Order Flow Plus of NinjaTrader is a good tool also. If you're working with the Sierra chart or other tools, they're also okay for order flow. It does not mean that the software itself is going to make a huge difference. The most important to read the correct information and to look for some specific entries and some specific information and some specific patterns before going into trade, and also to be very flexible, as I showed you, whenever the price shows some weakness from the buying side, just quit and close the trade and wait for a next opportunity. Over here, as you can see, the first trade, and also we have some information on downside from Delta. Delta also shows us if the price, it's a kind of confirmation. Here we have, for example, this entry. If you can see here, there's a transition. You can see that the delta was higher, almost 28% of delta showed over here. By the way, the cumulative delta was all the time in negative, which means that we have a huge accumulation from the selling side. Okay, and here we have a transition. We have a nice transition. That's why we're getting in the trade. And also during the transition, we saw the transition also in delta. So we went for the trade. But as you can see here in NinjaTrader, it shows us some small, big trades also in these bullets in red color. We have several trades over there, a spot of trades from the selling side. So over here and also over here. So just we decided to close the trade. We have a couple of ticks in the, we went for a couple of ticks. So just we close the trade and it's okay. It's okay. We wait for another one to show up, and it was actually a good decision, because even if we wait for the price to pulse a little bit higher, then after we have to assume that we're covered and we wait for the price to tick out to trigger our stop loss. So we just decide that we have enough information to exit the trade and to wait for another one. Again here, As you can see also, there is a trade over here, okay? We entered with the information that we have enough delta here, and once the price made a kind of transition, we just get in the trade and we close it with one tick win, okay? Why? Because whenever it goes higher, the sellers are showed weakness. There is no liquidity to continue higher. So again, we close the trade over here. Then after, when it breaks the previous level, and here some people used to call it the sellers trapped, okay, over here, it could be that the sellers are trapped, or it could be that the absorption of the liquidity from stop loss of people jumping for uptrend, okay? Both scenarios are possible, both reading are really correct. The most important that we have to wait for the price to show itself, and we saw some good information going, and the buyers are coming very aggressively from the buying side, okay, higher. So once we get that there is some weakness on downside, and again there is some injection of the market orders from the buying side, we went for it, and we saw it both in footprint and also in the DOM over here, and the DOM series we're using. So we went for it, we took a first profit. So the trade itself is covered, and we wait for the price to show itself. Whenever it pulls back, it shows that there is no liquidity. We held on for the trade, and we had a very nice trade, as you can see over here. Again, here, we saw that there is a transition. So why are we going to wait for the price to go for higher impulse? Maybe it could be, maybe not. The most important that over here, the information we have that the context, the previous context was that we are in a range. We're not going to wait for big trades. We're going to wait for trades which are between 20, 30 ticks, which was the case. Then after, whenever the price shows us that there is no strength anymore from the buying side, just we exit the trade, even if after the price went for higher impulse. That's all for today. We're going just to begin like this, because if I'm waiting for myself to get the best videos to upload it, maybe I'm going to take a couple of months again. And since I receive a lot of inquiries and a lot of emails from the English followers, English speaking followers, I just decided also to share some insight. This specific trade, we shared it in Spanish channel directly in live when we took the trades. So for those of you who speak Spanish or understand Spanish, just go to Dries Alfal channel. Otherwise, I just explained a lot of details here. I'm hoping that it's bringing you some insights and also some value, and give it a like, and see you soon. Thank you, and God bless you.